It's game day. Indiana Fever versus Atlanta Dream. The Clark Show, baby. Caitlin Clark versus Angel, the lean, mean rebound machine. Reese set to take off.
It's game night in Indianapolis. On June 18th, Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever welcome Angel Reese and the Atlanta Dream for the second chapter of one of the season's most talked about rivalries. But before the opening tip, attention has shifted away from the matchup itself. Instead, the focus is on a promotion being offered at the arena, something that sparked a strong reaction from the voice behind the microphone and quickly became a talking point among fans.
Caitlin Clark ball, they have finally ditched the nonsense Stephanie White offensive system that nobody likes, nobody wants to see, and for good reason. Good riddance to your offense, Stephanie White. This is the Clark Show, and she needs to put on a real Clark Show to get a win versus...
That is the core of the argument. Put the ball in Caitlin Clark's hands and let her control the offense. It's not a fringe opinion either. Throughout the season, fans and analysts have closely examined the relationship between Clark and head coach Stephanie White. White's comments about wanting Clark to spend more time off the ball, combined with a tense sideline exchange caught on camera, only fueled the discussion. Since then, every interaction between the two has been scrutinized. That growing tension has become one of the biggest storylines surrounding the Fever.
Take on the Atlanta Dream, but there's some business we got to get to before we even get to this, man. The Indiana Fever have stooped to a new low. The Indiana Fever, not only is it family night.
What caught his attention started as a routine promotion night at Gainbridge Fieldhouse. For $32, fans received a game ticket, a hat, a hot dog, and a pair of large sodas, a standard family night package seen across professional sports. The Hoosier Lottery, a longtime Fever sponsor, was also running its usual scratch-off giveaways and ticket sweepstakes. Nothing about those promotions was unusual. However, what he discovered next changed the conversation entirely and prompted him to turn on the camera and share his reaction.
Giving away damn lottery tickets. The Indiana Fever giving out lotto tickets, y'all. This is crazy. Look at this here. Get ready for an exciting night with Hoosier Lottery. First 4,000 fans 18 plus will receive a free $1 scratch-off ticket or coupon, one per person while supplies last.
Free scratch-off tickets at the door may look dramatic, but they do not necessarily signal desperation. Some fans viewed the promotion as evidence that the Fever were struggling to capitalize on their popularity. However, the numbers tell a different story. Gainbridge Fieldhouse has attracted near-capacity crowds throughout the season, and the Fever remain one of the league's biggest draws. A sponsor giveaway is simply a marketing promotion, not a sign of empty seats. The real concern among fans isn't attendance, it's what has been happening on the court.
Clark, the golden goose, the needle, not the needle mover, the actual needle, the cake, not the icing on the cake, she's the whole cake. When did you think they would have to be giving away lottery tickets for fans to come to games? When did you think that?
On talent alone, the argument is easy to make. Caitlin Clark recently became the fastest player in WNBA history to reach 250 points and 100 assists in a season, accomplishing the feat in just 13 games. She also earned Eastern Conference Player of the Week honors on June 15th after leading Indiana to a 3-0 stretch. There is no denying Clark's impact on the league. However, the struggles that sparked frustration among fans were not simply the result of coaching decisions. They were the product of injuries, adjustments, and a team working through challenges while trying to find its identity.
Play basketball. You screwed the pooch. You blew it. And it's absolutely embarrassing that the Indiana Fever have been forced to stoop this low.
Let's rewind 3 weeks. On May 20th, the Fever suffered an 84-72 home loss to the expansion Portland Fire, one of their toughest defeats of the season. During the game, Caitlin Clark and Stephanie White were seen having an animated exchange on the sideline, sparking plenty of discussion. Afterward, the team held a meeting, but the struggles continued. Between May 28th and June 6th, Indiana went just 1-3. Clark, dealing with a lingering back issue that had already sidelined her against Portland, averaged only 12 points while shooting 28% from the field. This wasn't about marketing or headlines. It was a team, and its biggest star, trying to find their rhythm again.
Tonight, we need that basketball in Caitlin Clark's hands. The girl had 14 assists last game. Even in an off night, 21 points, 14 assists. Nobody like it. The best in the business, okay? We need that ball in Caitlin Clark's hands. We need her wheeling and dealing, driving and thriving, looking and dishing, and pulling up those logo threes and playing.
Then everything clicked. On Tuesday night against the Toronto Tempo, Caitlin Clark exploded for 21 points and a season-high 14 assists in a 113-91 victory. The Fever set a franchise record for points scored in a regular season game, while Clark's 14 assists matched the highest total by any WNBA player this season. The performance also marked her 14th career game with at least 20 points and 10 assists, the most in league history. However, there is an important detail to consider. Indiana's 4-game winning streak came against the Mystics, Sky, Sun, and Tempo, teams with a combined record of 18-37. Now, the Fever are entering a much tougher stretch of the schedule.
Court. Caitlin Clark and Kelsey Mitchell need to win the matchup versus Ryan Howard and Alicia Gray, as they did before. Ryan Howard was absolutely putrid in the last game when they played the Indiana Fever, and I believe as long as you keep one of them quiet, you have a great chance of beating this team. I think you have an excellent chance of beating this team if you're able to keep Ryan Howard.
The biggest key to this matchup is the backcourt battle. The numbers support that argument completely. In their June 4th meeting, Indiana held Atlanta to just 34% shooting, its strongest defensive performance of the season. Ryan Howard, Atlanta's leading scorer, managed only 8 points on 9 shot attempts, her lowest total of the year. Howard and Alicia Gray combined for just 21 points, providing the perfect defensive blueprint. If Indiana can contain one of those guards again, Atlanta's offense could struggle. Since acquiring Angel Reese in the off-season, the Dream have ranked only 9th in offensive rating, with several key players still searching for consistency.
Boston, you need to dominate Angel Reese. Angel Reese is not as talented as Aaliyah Boston, but Angel Reese has a better motor. Angel Reese plays super hard all the time. It is what it is. But Aaliyah Boston, much more talented, much better player. Aaliyah Boston, you need to show Angel Reese what time it is. You need to be taking her down low, abusing her on that block. Angel Reese can't do nothing.
The spotlight in this matchup falls on Aaliyah Boston and Angel Reese. Boston has been the more polished player this season, averaging 17 points and nearly 9 rebounds while anchoring both ends of the floor. However, overlooking Reese would be a mistake. She recorded 11 points and 10 rebounds in their first meeting, proving her impact goes beyond the box score. Atlanta acquired Reese not because of a lack of talent, but because of the toughness, energy, and competitive edge she brings. That same identity is what Indiana has been trying to rediscover. Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark's return to full health has helped fuel the Fever's recent success. Since their team meeting after the Portland loss, Indiana has gone 5-1, with both Clark and coach Stephanie White emphasizing improved confidence, defense, and team chemistry. Now, with both teams near the top of the standings, this game carries major playoff implications. A win would strengthen Indiana's claim as a true contender, while a loss would reignite doubts about whether the Fever's turnaround is truly real.